Welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have any questions or comments, we have multiple ways we can be reached.
Around?
That is one of the ways. Twitter is, of course, the best way for those of you that need instant gratification in this millennial-based world. And of course, the show's Twitter feed is at Skimpod. That's SKIMPOD. For the more patient amongst you, which is none of us, let's be honest, the email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Crunchy again, being spelled with a K. We're also available via Apple Podcast, something I've never heard of, Stitcher Radio. Are any of you still using that shit? TuneIn Radio, whatever the fuck that is, I couldn't tell you. Google Play, I've heard of that. I don't use it, but if you do, thank you. Spotify, now that one I use, so find us on there. I know we're on there. And of course, at the website, stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Now I ask that you please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show, because honestly, I don't do that shit. And I need someone to pick up my slack. Now, I hear that there is a group of people here that collectively discuss music, and they provide for you, yes you, a pod called Cast. It's a musical discussion show built on a hip-hop foundation, which seems to be what makes the musical world turn these days, and I hear it's pretty swell. Our personal Twitters are Tatum216, Lunchbox2099, The Real ODP, and your host, Internet's Tasty Tayrell713.
Red.
Are you trying to lead off with something witty here?
Oftentimes I try, but sometimes bread just don't come to me.
Well,
It's episode 221 of Stays Crunchy and Milk. I do believe, not even gonna lie to you, it's an off
221
day.
or 321?
321. So he already corrected me. And then it may not even be 321. I believe it is. But let me tell you something. Not recording one day off, fuck, it's chaos.
I know it's between 320 and 400.
It's because I
would have went with 420.
I check numbers usually when the day of. I try to do that more as recently because I know what I'm coming into. But guess what? It's a wrong day, the off day, so I'm off, and you won't care because you'll hear me talk all this shit. But at the beginning of that part where I said a number, it'll be the right number because it always is because I make it the right number. What's good, people? We're in the building. Comfy confines of 230 here on Road East, back at Susie's Soups in a wrong seat because somebody in our area. I'm over there. I should stare at them real hard.
Comfy's debatable. It's a little warm.
I'm ducky, but you have the long sleeve and the tie wrap. So I mean, come on.
It's true. I have the top button unbuttoned.
But we out here, man. It's Lunchbox 2099. As you can hear, the real ODP's in the building. Missing man this go round is Tatum 216. He had a weekend, people. So send out some blessings and love to my man because he needs it.
Don't we all, man?
Oh my
That's
God.
why I'm here.
Yeah, it was a weekend.
Yeah, my dad texted me an hour ago and said they're probably going to have to amputate my grandmother's foot. So we're all going through it, I guess.
Holy shit.
Some of us more than others.
Oh, good God.
I can't really say I'm going through it because I'm not the one whose foot's on the line. But we've all got our things.
Yeah, we'll try our...
Look at it. It almost got me. I was like, it's so close to my mouth. Like, you motherfucker. Trying to sneak that swine in on me.
Yeah.
He almost ate something that wouldn't have killed him.
Tayrell ordered a salad and they put bacon all over it. And if you're a long-time listener, you know you don't fuck with swine.
I didn't even say it that time, Nick Jew. Somebody else did. Nah.
I know she did say something like more annoying than vegans are people who like to tell you they don't eat pork.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I kind of agree. Only in that, it's not like an entire food group. It's just like the one little aspect of a food group.
It's one animal.
Like, I eat meat, just not this one particular kind of meat. Whereas, vegans are like, I don't eat any of the whole shebang or whatever, you know?
More annoying than that is specific people who don't eat pork, they only eat wild pig. It's got to have tusk.
That a thing?
No, it's not.
I was like, holy shit.
I only eat pig with tusk.
For the record, I don't eat red meat at all. Foul. Fish and foul.
Yeah, why don't you always say I only eat chicken and fish? You don't define it by that. You define it I don't fuck with swine.
It makes the point strong, I feel.
Swine is a fun word to say, too.
It is.
Swine.
My little places would say Swan because she thought I was saying Swan. And she goes, "You eat that Swan?" It just made me laugh just thinking about
Just
it.
makes me wonder how does Swan taste?
Probably like chicken.
I'm told that whole realm of animals, so like, geese on up, are just a bit gamey.
Ah,
And I don't know.
I feel like if you sous vide them, it'd probably help. We should write it in Google. Be like sous vide a swan.
I know you can come on a goose real easy. I don't know if you can come on a swan real easy. They sell geese, at your various farmers markets. But maybe.
swans? Are they too beautiful to eat?
It's too beautiful to eat. Most likely the show title. Because it made me so happy. Holy shit. But
I think the
man,
answer to that is no.
Ugh,
It's been
nothing's
a-
too beautiful to eat.
it's been a weekend, people. And Box just flew back from his vacation. Last vacation of the year, that last scheduled vacation. Oh, thank you so much.
No, I got Orlando in a couple weeks.
Oh shit, yeah. Hollow weekends? Okay, yeah. So, one more to go. I have one trip scheduled to PA and one maybe to Fort Erie, back to Fort Erie, Ontario, forgive me.
Yeah, I might be going to Indy in December.
Yeah.
My buddy was trying to get me to go to Indy a week before Thanksgiving, like 2 hours ago.
For the game? Whatever.
In the one in December, yeah.
Yeah.
The one in November is, I guess, the new AEW wrestling promotion.
Oh, cool.
Is having a show there on November 20th.
Ah.
But yeah, I guess he and the other guy already bought tickets and they forgot to talk to me. But it's on a Wednesday, and I'd have to use 2 vacation days, and I only have 2 left.
Yeah.
So I told him, I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna do the responsible thing and save them in case something in actual importance comes up.
Yeah.
And that way I could save the money too.
Yeah. Yo, sick days?
I have 2 sick days left.
Okay, so technically you got 4 days off to make some shit.
Technically, but we're not even technically in October yet, and cold season's coming.
Q4,
Oh,
man.
so-
So that bullshit.
Yeah, so I'm trying to just batten down the hatches and maintain.
Hey.
Because if I get sick, I usually I'm real bad that one day, and then the next day is just drained. So I'm usually out for at least 2 days. So I look at it as I have 1 sickness left to get me through the year.
Yeah. We'll be alright. 3 months flew by so fast.
I got more sick days than I could possibly use. I got to hope for a serious disease. Fingers crossed.
Curable disease.
Oh, hopefully.
Yeah. Perfectly serious enough to hey, you gotta stay home for a little bit. But easily curable in that they're just rest. What's that one disease they gotta give you sulfloxacin for? Yeah.
Can't you just call off, or do you have to provide proof?
I don't have to provide proof, but I just feel guilty.
I used to, not anymore. Fuck it, I work too hard.
Bruh.
And I use them up for. You know what I use them up mostly for? Kid sicknesses, wife sicknesses, and doctor's appointments.
I have not taken a sick day for myself in years. But I take them for the kids, anything and so forth. Vanessa could be sick, and I was like, yeah, I gotta get her to the doctor or whatever like that. So as I consider it, I probably have taken it for going to the dentist or eye doctor or some shit like that, where I had to use that kind of day. Have to is whatever. My job
Haven't
was
you
pretty cool
been
with
on
PTO.
FMLA for your wrist surgery and stuff though?
No, that was something different. That's just leave, and it didn't use my sick days. I used vacation days for that shit because I was already out of sick days because of kids. So that was actually me having to use some of my vacation days for that shit. So that was actually leave, which is a different than regular PTO because you have to go through some channels and a lot of them at that. But that lady was real cool, man. I respect the hell out of that lady because she called and checked. And when she got it done and got it locked down, she called me to check and see me how the surgery went, and then called me to be like, I just want to let you know that your paycheck will be fine. It'll be in your bank account Friday, blah, blah, blah. I was like, that's dope. You didn't have to do that. She definitely did not do it. She does not work for the company I work for. They use a third-party source of group for that kind of shit, and that was real cool.
Sounds Affleck-like.
So
Maybe she just was into you.
I guess all that phone conversation, the smooth voice, just anything but.
You do have
hear
a
my
pleasing voice.
I don't know if that's true, but I host a podcast. Up to this point, who does it?
I hope that our voices are at least pleasant somewhat to listen to, since you
It's on recording
Yeah.
each and every week. Yeah, like
The times that I've heard myself talk on the show,
Yeah.
I feel like I come across differently when I'm trying to be funny. It almost, it's what I would imagine kind of like, why don't you say my hood voice? Where it's like, I don't even like intend for that to come out, but like, you know, I grew up there, so this is how it kind of happens.
It's probably you call it your hood voice. It's probably more your actual voice.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm a product of my environment.
Yeah. So in that situation, it is just your voice, and you have the work voice that we all have. We always have to. It's the work affectation that we have to put on when we are, you know, in a work environment. So
that's why it'd be really hard for me to ever have to leave this job, because I don't know if I, like, at this point, like, you know how you get to a certain point and you're just kind of stuck in your ways? I've been unprofessional for so long that if I had to turn professionalism back on, I don't know how I would survive. Like, when if I could just walk into my boss's office and be like, man, that bitch is fucking lying, and nothing bad happens, that's not good.
all right. All right. So who wants to share some tales first?
We'll let Gabe go, only because I feel like he's always the last to go, and his segment always ends up getting cut due to time.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for it.
I was waiting for a longer recording to tell my vacation tale, and you could tell your vacation tale at that same time. So that'll be our vacation themed episode.
All right. So we're the plot is the theory is we're going to record something Friday maybe. So
You can edit this out too.
we'll double check on that. So
It should be all right. I know, it's after bedtime, so it shouldn't matter. That's little one, but fell on hard times. Anyway, I got some waka waka from my.
Should have paid those bookie bets off.
So intoxication's a funny thing. I've already told some drunken tales on this show before, and why not regale you guys with some more? So Tyrell could be disappointed in me.
I'm really. It's not disappointment. It's just more like. That's
Just
all
confirming
it is.
I did think about you the other day when when we were at the zoo. We were passing by the beer hut, and I'm like thinking about the time I said I can get drunk at the zoo, and you're like, please don't. I'm like, he knows me.
See, I know he in there trying to take the tiger on. You gonna talk that shit?
You just lay there all day. Well, now you're getting up.
Oh. And this is where I die. Sorry.
So, the only thing I like, I guess the thing that bothers me about intoxication is like not being in control and being a little more sillier than I'm used to. I'm not a really silly guy, but a few times I've gotten silly on it, being intoxicated, and I'm like, I don't like this feeling, but
Isn't it bad, like, when you're drunk and you say things to people that you wouldn't normally say?
Yes.
And you sober back up and you're like, oh, fuck, I let the cat out of the bag.
I know.
You spend your whole life, like your normal undrunk life, just keeping that shit bottled in, or keeping them secrets to yourself, or just, like, thinking of it, never saying it. And it's like a couple sips and it just... The filter goes off, and you're like, God, no.
I can't put the toothpaste back in the tube.
Oh, why did I tell him how I really feel about him? I can't believe that I was honest about what blah, 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 blah. I'm like, God, man. I know. You and I are very similar in these things.
We're reserved. We don't with our emotions, and we let it pour out a little bit more than we want to when we're drinking.
It's without a joke. It's quite literally the reason I don't get chewed. I'm always worried about what is drunk tea. I don't know that motherfucker. I've never met that motherfucker, and I don't want to at this far gone, because it could be a bad look, or I don't know. It could be an amazing drunk, a good time Charlie, if you will. But it could be a real bad thing. So I'm like, at this point, we don't need to know.
I feel I'm a good time Charlie, but I also tell a lady that her titties may be out, not out on display. I said on display.
It would depend on who I was around.
Yeah,
because there's some people that, like, if I was a drunk around them right now, they would get a piece of my mind, and not like the kind they want. But then there are also some people who, like, I'd probably hit on really badly.
Or successfully.
I mean, badly is like the degree of which I would have done it. The success notwithstanding, that wasn't part of the rating.
I will say I don't get intoxicated at office functions.
Smart.
because
Yeah.
for reasons.
I honestly, we've gone out with like as a department a couple times to like Bar Louie, and they went out like when I was on a trip back in May. They went to a bar, and it sounds good in theory, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to get drunk around my coworkers and just start letting shit like my freak flag fly. And next thing I know, it's like I'm hitting on someone that like I don't even like being in the office with on a day-to-day basis. Like that I've had too many things go wrong at the office already. 2 is enough. I don't want to go through the third time.
I created an image I don't want to shatter. Like my office, the people I work with don't even know. I swear.
How is that possible? I'm impressed. Your potty mouth so inside.
No wonder you're on fucking Twitter just spouting off.
Oh, you're just like, there, the floodgates are down. Motherfuck that dude. But, one time it was like, God, this was in college. And, you know, you got your connecting dorms, and one of my dorm mates, he came in a little bit despondent because he messed it up. He got a little drunk, and he messed up his chances with a girl he liked.
Right.
He was trying to play it cool, but he played it so cool. He's like, I don't even like her. Kind of like, no, you went too far, buddy.
He went from a loop to a goof, and it just took a turn.
And he came back, and he's a bit distraught.
Yeah.
And me and the other dude are sitting there, and he's like, man, I can't believe I blew that dude. And the other guy's like, you blew that dude? Who'd you blow? And he was just trying to lighten the mood a little bit, and he saw it didn't go so well.
Yeah.
I saw it didn't go so well, but I couldn't stop laughing at that.
That's a solid gag, sir.
That's a solid gag, but the amount of laughing I did to that, it was like, it felt like a half hour of laughing, and this guy's just sitting there like, man, you just got the giggles off of that, huh?
Like sometimes we gotta respect comedy, man. That was a good joke.
That was.
Even if I wouldn't, were you? I feel like even were you sober, you would have got the giggles off of that just in general.
Yeah, but not as long. And I would also been like, he's a little upset. I can see he's not finding it as funny as. And I would have reserved it. I would excuse myself and go laugh somewhere else. I didn't think about that until just now.
Oh, shit.
Like just outside laughing. Like, what's this guy laughing at?
You had to do. And then he said, "I blew it down."
You know how you try to tell a joke when you're
just laughing. You're trying to tell it,
and like the people are like, I can't understand you because you're laughing so much. You're laughing in the middle of words. How do you do that, sir? I thought it was a solid gag. It was a solid gag. I'm sure the guy who was the butt of the joke would have thought it was a solid gag had he not just messed up his chances with, I don't know, did he think this was going to be the love of his life? Probably not.
We always think it's the love of our life until it's not the love of our life.
So what race was he?
Oh, he's white.
Okay, yeah, he thought it was the love of his life. That's how it goes for us.
I had a friend who would fall in love so easily when he would get drunk.
Yeah.
One time, he's like, it got so bad, we're like, all right, man, what's her name? He's like, you don't understand, man. Like, no.
Like, I fully understand. You have to be able to tell me her name for me to think that this is any kind of truism.
Our connection's deeper than names and remembering each other later.
We first met on an astral plane, man. Our auras were intertwined.
Oh my gosh!
In another dimension of thought.
So like I said, I've never been drunk. I might have been a little like I had a buzz going, and I don't like the way that feels. I know you're supposed to push past that to get toward drunk, and I'm like, we will go no further than this little feeling of like.
Yeah, buzz is like the do not cross line.
Yeah.
But it's like you got to make a decision because the buzz sucks. Buzz is like just half-assed in your life.
It does, but I take it as like a huge warning, Garrison. Like, you go no further, sir.
Like, buzz means you failed.
I think it just means I drank that beer too fast. It's basically what I've taken it as. Like, ooh, slow up, go get some water in you, sir. Chill out. So,
I guess buzz would be like the agnostic of sobriety.
You either drink because you like the taste of it, or you drink to get drunk. Drinking to get buzz is like fucking entering a marathon and then stopping after the first lap.
Well, when we were hanging out, drinking beers at your house the one night, and I definitely was like, yeah, this is the buzz. One, I knew I was driving home, so I'm like, we gonna stop right here. But it was nice. It was pleasant. We giggled. We had a good time. And I think that's okay. It's perfectly fine. But
But we were doing that for like a show thing.
No, I thought we were just drinking them beers because we liked the way them tea beers tasted.
No, we
didn't review the tea beers.
Anthony wanted to try the tea beers, but he didn't want to drink the whole thing.
Yeah. So.
And then you had us each take a shot of the Grand Larceny.
Yeah. It's real smooth. Too smooth. I think dangerous.
Rarely do people stop at Buzz. Not stop at Buzz. Rarely do people stay on Buzz. Either Buzz is like a warning sign
That's what
for
I'm saying.
you, like, all right, better back off, or
Buzz is your body telling you to either shit or get off the pot. Like, are you going to commit to this, or are you going back down and be a sober bitch?
It's just your liver sitting you down like, we need to have a talk. You going to commit to this or not?
I take my liver's word serious because it's just telling me that shit for a reason. I'm like, all right, Mr. Liver, I'm sorry, bro. I didn't know this was. I didn't realize it didn't taste like alcohol at all, and I drank it real fast. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's your body's like way of like, look, don't drive a car right now.
Yeah.
But if you have like one more, we can text Cheryl back, and you can make some bad decisions.
Oh my god. See, you don't want to be that drunk. Also, you want to make sure you delete numbers out your phone if that's a problem for you. Jesus Christ, take care of business.
All right, so here's I honestly and thankfully have never.
My God, I have coworkers in my phone.
I've only once in my life that I can think of ever sent a message when I shouldn't have because I was drinking, and thankfully we learned that you can unsend message on Instagram.
Hold it down long and see unsend. Get it, unsend. Now it'll say something was unsent. So you'll never know what it was. So I'm okay with that. Yeah, that was a team effort. We make the dream work with that one on that one, bro.
I mean, I just don't want to be silly. I don't want to laugh for like 20 minutes at like, hey man, there's nothing like sitting down and drinking wings and eating beer.
I heard this song forever. Great song.
And like, I don't know why that struck me as the funniest thing I ever heard at that time.
Bro.
Wait, the eating wings and drinking beer is funny?
No, that's what he said on accident, and I thought that was so funny. They're like,
repeat it.
He's like, so, we're hanging out with some friends at a bar, and we're eating wings and drinking beers, and it was just trying to lament, just like, man, nothing in life like drinking wings and eating beers. And I don't think he realized and I don't know why. I thought that shit was the funniest thing. Like, you fucked that up. And I'm like,
see, that's where my OCD that I have undiagnosed would have kicked in, and I would have corrected him. Because, like, sober Dan keeps that shit to a minimum these days, because I learned people don't like that shit. Drunk Dan would have been like, you fucked that up. You reversed it. Did you mean you were drinking the beer and eating the wings?
Were you trying to be funny?
Yeah.
No, it was a genuine, like, I can tell from the tone, like, he didn't mean to say it.
No, but it still touched.
He's just trying to share a little bit of a, ain't this the life, fellas, kind of a moment, and
so
like that wasn't that funny, but I laughed my ass off for 20 minutes.
So the only thing I have that kind of even, I guess, nears this is I was an OG pothead. I used to smoke a lot of weed in college, like a lot of people did, and like if you ever get, there's levels to it, but it's like you get real high, and I mean real high. It just goes from like to like philosophical shit all the time. You really get on that old God body shit. You know what I'm saying? And I always tell a story because it makes me, just even now thinking about it makes me laugh. We watched The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I was gone, and I'm like, gone. We're watching Hunchback of Notre Dame, and it's just it becomes so beautiful to me that tears start streaming down my face, and we start talking about how beautiful the movie is, and how weird it is that it's always rescuing women, and women aren't. I'm saying we start getting this whole treatise about, you know what I'm saying, the way Disney princesses work out and shit like that there. But it's just like, it's like that. It's like I'm like, I miss being high a little bit in that regard. Like I said, but I was like, I don't think I could ever be that stoned near my children. You know what I'm saying? Let alone, who knows? I'm saying, I guess they're in bed or whatever like that. But I'm like, what if anything were to happen or they needed me and I was just gone? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
you don't.
I can't be that high around my kids.
And then you can't enjoy it. Like,
yeah.
I had drinks, like me and the wife. I think we split margaritas at a bar once.
Yeah.
At a restaurant once while we're with the kids, and then it's like right down the street from my house. So we're walking home.
Yeah.
And you get this feeling like, oh my God, if something happens to him right now, and we're both a little bit intoxicated, not drunk off our asses, just a little intoxicated, this is gonna be the worst thing in the world. So like, you can't even fucking enjoy it.
Yeah, see, I don't want that. So at some point, I don't know, we'll be across the border in Canada without them, and I'll take advantage of Canadians' liberal weed laws at some day, maybe, and
I plead the fifth.
And enjoy myself. I said, maybe, I don't know if it'll happen. I don't even, like, again, it's been a long minute since I got stoned, so I don't know if that's something I even want to do again.
Were you struck by how beautiful Quasi was inside? He's a beautiful soul.
It was the art, it was the colors, it was so much going on. Like I said, literally, I'm sitting there on the couch with my homies. We, like I said, it just, and this is on VHS. I was like, I'm thinking about it. It's like, ugh, at that point.
What was the bad guy? Frodo?
No, the father, whatever his name was.
Archduke or some fucking shit like that. I don't know. It was like, he's a fucking creep.
Hellfire.
Oh, he wanted to fuck her so bad.
A lot. And it's like, you watch that movie, you're like, oh, you are just a creep. In the worst kind of way. You get away from me, man.
I mean, you know, say what you want about Jafar. He took a logical approach to, like, I'm going to marry Jasmine
for power,
and then I'm gonna kill her.
Where's this?
He's like, oh yeah.
Because I want to fuck you, I gotta make sure you die. He tried to stab her, didn't he? Yeah, Quasimodo jumped in. Yeah, man, that movie. I don't know if I should watch that ever again. Maybe I should only watch it.
That is. I hate to get political. Every closeted Republican and the guy they met on a bus stop.
We'll leave it be. We'll leave it be, man. Oh my God.
They're probably watching that, going like, "Well, yeah, he has to kill her, right? Wait, he's the bad guy? I don't understand. Get that ugly motherfucker." Well, they don't say motherfucker. Get that ugly heathen.
Quasimodo. God, that movie's so good. Fuck, man, I want to watch it. Lunchbox.
It's on Netflix.
Probably not for much longer.
No, yeah.
But I'll have Disney Plus.
Yeah, I think I am going to do Disney
Oh,
Plus.
it's too cheap. They're giving it to you at this point. Now I know what it is. It's that they put you set a frog in a pot of water and then slowly turn the heat up on them. I know what it's going to be. Like in 2 years, I'm going to be paying like $60 for Disney Plus. Like, but look at all what's on here, and it's going to be dumb. But for right now,
I hope the shows are good.
I just literally read an article today where they said they're putting Marvel movie budgets on these shows. So they said they're just spending the money. So I can fuck with that. Daniel.
Your thoughts on Disney Plus?
I saw the commercial last night, and
I've not seen a commercial for it.
I need to buy.
Yeah, they ran a commercial during football game last night for it. Obviously, here's what the thought I have watching the commercial. I will get it, but I think what I'm going to start doing is when I have to like have my own streaming services, just rotate them.
Okay.
Because I mean, there's no fucking point in having like Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, like all this shit. Like if you have HBO Go or whatever, like having all this shit at the same fucking time. Because the way they do a lot of the shows now, they dump them all at one time.
The all new HBO Max.
Yeah, whatever it's all.
What's the difference?
HBO Max is going to be Warner's streaming service. So yes, it will have some HBO stuff in it, but it will also have Friends and all the various shows. Big Bang Theory is a Warner Brothers show and so forth and so on.
Okay.
You can only get them there because that's where they are.
Yeah, but like my point is like, say that like a show's gonna be coming out in August on Netflix that I want to watch, and it's June. Why the fuck am I gonna pay for Netflix for June and July when I'm already watching shit on Hulu? I can only watch one thing at a fucking time, and they dump the whole season as it is now anyway. So what I'll just start doing is wait for shit that I actually wanted to watch. I'll let it build up a little bit. I'll cancel it until that month. 'Cause it's not like you have to pay like a cancellation fee ever or like a new subscriber fee or anything like that. It's just literally here's $10. Let me log in. Yeah. So why pay for all these months of just I'm bored. I have it. Let me peruse it. Rather than something will come up, I'll watch it. I'll cancel it, and then I'll wait for something new to come. And same thing with like Hulu and all that. Like Hulu's strapped to my Spotify, so like, I'm not really paying for it. In fact, I think I'm logged into Tom's.
Yeah.
And so if like I had to pay for it though, it's like that's what I do. I just cancel it and wait for something to come on there now because it's not like with cable where you have a 2-year contract and if you cancel you have to pay a $140 fee or whatever. No, everyone's just like pay us, and when you don't want to pay us, you don't have to pay us.
All right. I hope they don't just start forcing us into 1-year commitments, though.
Nah.
What the thing with Disney was a few weeks back, they had it where like if you
deal,
wanted to, you could have paid for 2 years.
Yeah, and it would have been like $4 a month.
Yeah, but you didn't have to do it. You could have done it.
I'm a pass.
Oh, that's cool. Like I said, as it turns out, you can just add Disney Plus onto Hulu. I already got Hulu, so fuck it, done. I'll just add it onto my Hulu and keep it moving.
Huh.
I'm losing nothing. I'm gaining some Disney Plus. So.
I might have to make some calls before I make this decision about Disney Plus.
But I'm looking at it from a money standpoint.
I hear you.
Of like, I can only watch one thing at a time.
Yeah,
true.
There's no point to have all these different things every month if I'm not utilizing them.
The reality of it is, myself, I mostly watch YouTube. But Vanessa's on Hulu. My mama's on Netflix. The kids are on VRV. It's like everybody amongst the family.
VRV?
VRV is anime for anime.
Oh,
basically.
okay. So it's like Crunchyroll.
Yeah, Crunchyroll is a part of VRV. In fact, I think
Crunchyroll
owns VRV, if I'm not mistaken. So,
I've been seeing the commercials for Apple TV.
Apple TV is available right now too. They have some shows and stuff if you want.
And like all the commercials they're running, it's like all these high name actors.
Yeah, they spent a lot of money, and I don't care. It's already so much. It's so much that I said I have access to and I don't take advantage of.
But that's my point.
Yeah.
Like these commercials are what made me realize that like, yeah, people are like, oh, I cut cable, but then you go out and buy 6 fucking services.
Yeah.
You might as well just have cable.
Me and Anthony were just discussing it. And I ran the math and I added all the services I get per month, currently, including Spotify and including Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo. So I chopped those up because I pay for those on a yearly situation. But altogether, $135 is I think it would have came out to, but it doesn't come down to like per month because the Nintendo, Sega, and whatever and stuff is chopped a little less than that. I think it's about $135 a month. Guess what? That's about the cost of cable, like good cable and so forth. So yeah, the cord was cut. I don't know when in 2008 when I first got my 360. And Netflix first said, "Fuck, we coming through on 360," but in reality, if you rack it all up, I'm coming out the pocket a lot, this much money. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just, and also because it's like it's spread over the month, you notice it less. Like, there's 15 here, that's nothing. Oh, it's 10 over here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's nothing. And you don't worry about it. But like I said, I sat and did the math because I actually wanted to see what the numbers were, and I'm like, I see what it is. I'm not bothered by it. That's actually also. Sling, because we got Sling. Like, you got PlayStation View, right?
Yeah, and if it were for football right now, I would have probably canceled it until, like, later.
And Sling is literally for Vanessa to watch her trash shows on her, like, literally, she calls them that. I don't call them that. She refers to watching her trash shows.
It's just funny to hear.
Yeah.
Like,
so,
what is a trash show? Are we talking, like, Desperate Housewives or something?
Catfish, Teen Mom.
Oh.
Teen Mom Redo.
That is trash shows.
90 Day Fiancé. Very just junk like that.
Yeah, it's just crappy reality TV.
Yeah, and so that's literally why it's there. It's because you can't get it. So if I paid for Hulu Live, which is Hulu's cable service, it's like X amount of dollars. I want to say it's like $40, but because I'm a big old commercial snob at this point, I would have to get the non-commercial version because that's who I am. So that becomes like $55. And I'm like, I ain't gonna want to pay that much. Plus they got shit that's missing. So like Viacom is not on anything but Sling. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're weird about that shit. So basically she couldn't get MTV and she couldn't get whatever, VH1 and all those shits because all these things are so spread out. So it's like, yeah, at this point, cord cutting was some bullshit. But I actually just want to, like I said, rack that up. Sling will be the first one to go if any of them went. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I love you to death, baby, but we got 6 other services, including Disney Plus coming up. You know what I'm saying? So it could go easily. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I gave it some thought, how the whole, the Disney Plus shows are going to tie into the movies a little bit. Yeah. Won't that be exciting? I'm like, you present it as that exciting, but it also is, we're going to fuck up your enjoyment of the movies if you don't watch these shows. How you like that?
It's a bit of a threat. It is a bit of a threat.
You strong-arming me.
You told me once upon a time that some shows you made was going to connect back to the cinematic universe.
Yep.
And then it didn't happen.
You liars.
So I don't trust you on this situation. Maybe for Star Wars because it's easy enough to make shit canon. That's canon. That happened. You're like, okay, that's cool. But the movies are so well sewn together at this point.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they had a couple scenes where, like, it was like they were cleaning up a crash site from a movie or something like that. Okay. So there was like some tying in,
yeah.
But it's not like they had like
Well, like
characters like crisscross.
at the beginning of Daredevil, like they used to guys walking around like, we got videotapes from the event. They were talking about what happened in the Avengers. That was supposed to, draw you back here. And then after a while, they just stopped doing that because Marvel TV got mad at Marvel Studios and they stopped talking to each other. It just became bitch-made behavior. Also, executives who got some skin in the game are idiots and they behave as such. So it's like,
So they're rebooting. They're rebooting all those characters anyway. From what I heard.
Eventually, yeah. I think they're gonna let it settle for a little bit, let the dust settle, and then you can come back and be like, "Here's Luke Cage, there's the Defenders, and these are the actors we want to play these roles, and so forth."
Yep.
So we'll
Yeah, because the guy who did Luke Cage has a new show on Fox.
yeah.
And then
I thought it was in CBS. I thought CBS took,
CBS one of the
CBS grabbed a handful of Marvel TV actors.
Yeah.
Misty Knight.
Yeah, she's like a judge now.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Bullseye's an attorney on that show.
Wow, that's
Chrissy Knight could get it.
yes, she's a lovely woman.
She reminds me of the lady who was on that the show that on Fox before. What was it? The Ichabod Crane one. Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow.
Okay.
Yeah, she was on Sleepy Hollow, and I think she was in like 42. She played the wife.
Jack Robinson.
Yeah.
She's a hot jacket.
Yeah. She's hot AF too.
Oh well.
She's a very attractive lady.
Right on. So I just it'll be interesting to see how this all goes and so forth. I'm glad they locked Spider-Man back down. Thank the maker. We said it was gonna happen, but when it actually happened, you still feel a sigh of relief. Like, hey, guy, you can wrap the trilogy up and get one more side movie. Cool. You got a Blade movie.
He's
coming.
young though, man. You can keep pumping him out.
Oh, you can, but it's like, who knows?
Why we gotta stop at the trilogy? Let's have like movies for the next 20 years.
Why not just keep well? At that point, you can wrap.
But he also
Spider-Man
could be in some
series and shit,
MCU.
and we just keep Spider-Man doing MCU shit. That's ducky. I'm with that.
No, I'm not. I want Spider-Man movies.
Really?
Spider-Man's like my favorite. Like Venom's my favorite character, but Spider-Man's my favorite like Marvel. Thing. Like I like the X-Men '90s cartoon, so I wish the movies were like in my mind as good. But like, nah, man, keep rolling Spider-Man. I love that Spider-Man cartoon.
He does have enough villains to like have more than 3
Yeah,
movies.
he has a hell of a rogues gallery. So yeah, I get it, man. Settle down. I'm just saying. Look, right now,
I had to defend him. I'm sorry.
Right now, we got him for
You
2.
caught me fatigued, and you're out here spouting some nonsense, and I had to come correct and put you in your place.
Right now, we got him for 2, and I will take the 2. That's all I'm saying. All right, settle down, Brad. It's okay.
No.
Or don't settle down. You can realize, man, what the fuck you gonna do?
Goddamn right.
Also, Endgame was a good stopping point. I could just like cut myself off and be like done.
No. Far From Home was a good stopping point.
I thought I heard Far From Home ended on a cliffhanger. Now make me draw me back in.
True, but it wraps up the Infinity Saga. Neat little bow on it, and that's where the Infinity Saga is true.
No, I feel like if you stopped at Endgame, you'd be okay.
I want to
you
see
can
that.
stop it in game and not have to worry about getting back to the MCU.
Far From Home, being the bow on it, is for people who like have a hard time with closure and just like want a little bit more and just can't stop. Endgame, if you were to end right there, and you could go on with your life and you'd be perfectly fine.
Far From Home answers the question: what the fuck happened after all these people came back? You get to find out.
I got like 2. I got the angel and the devil on my shoulder.
So
You want to give it up, don't you? No, keep on watching.
Because the problem is you never catch the dragon. There's always something else coming. There's always going to be but wait, there's more. Like so
That's
it's
true,
like,
even Endgame
That's what
had
I'm
that.
saying. Yeah, like that's why I feel like if you just stop there, you're fine.
Can they keep the quality up? I guess is the.
they managed to do it for 20 movies, 22 movies, whatever, 21 movies, 22 movies. Who am I to all of a sudden be like, oh, are they gonna fuck it up now? Really?
Well, I think the issue will come into, like, up to this point, you had, like, a lot of comic book characters where, like, even just casual comic book people were like, oh, I know who that is. But then you start getting to the obscure stuff where, like, you have to really be deep into comics. Like, I have only within the last year heard of Moon Knight.
Yeah.
No fucking clue who Moon Knight is. Don't know if he's a good guy. Don't know if he's a bad guy. Don't know who the character is. But yet, the Moon Knight's supposed to be like some sort of like either a show on the streaming service or like a main character in the new like movie block. Like I have no clue who that is.
But nobody knew about Guardians of the Galaxy. And I mean,
Oh, I definitely didn't either.
I didn't.
and that's what
either.
they do. They slide these motherfuckers in. They all these popular characters. Popular. Let me slide you a little something now.
Like in the
I'll
comics, Bruce a
admit-
bad guy.
He's all over the place.
I'll admit, when I heard of Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm like, talking raccoon? That's gonna be stupid.
Bro, then when I heard, as soon as they said they got Bradley Cooper to play the raccoon, I was like, oh, this about to be something. Because he's too expensive. That's an Oscar nominated actor, multi-Oscar at that point. I was like, oh, okay, we out here.
Watching those movies, it doesn't even sound like Bradley Cooper.
That's how good an actor he is, and I really think that's dope. I like that part of that. I'm like, that shit is fly as fuck that he's just so far. He's such an actor. He got such chops that he can do something like that.
I heard people talk about Moon Knight so much, so I'm like, all right, I got the Hoopla app. I can read a comic for free on my phone, like get in from the library while I'm taking a shit during between work breaks.
Unsure if that was necessary, but okay.
Like,
how was Moon Knight?
He's being real.
I enjoyed it.
Did you enjoy it enough to be like, I need to watch some?
I like the concept of a character he's crazy. He's got multiple personalities. He created multiple personalities, and then he got so entangled in them that he doesn't know who he is. I can watch that, but it seems like it's supposed to be a violent character. He cut off a bad guy's face.
He's a Marvel Knights character. Yeah.
So I don't know if they're going to do that on Disney Plus. Are we cutting off people's faces on Marvel on Disney Plus?
We shall see.
The picture I saw of Moon Knight yesterday was like a dude in like a white, like cloak thing.
Cape and cow.
Yeah, and he was holding a blade shaped like a moon, and it had blood dripping off of it.
That's probably someone cut someone's face off. He's like Brad Pitt from Inglourious Bastards, only he goes a little too far.
I'm on my nasty scalps. Mind you, I've never seen that movie. I just know that.
I've never seen that movie either.
So I'm good. Thank
Well, he used to carve swastikas and foreheads. So like you can't stop being a Nazi after. We're gonna know you're a Nazi for the rest of your life.
Man, once upon a time we really thought Nazis were the shittiest thing in the world, and now we just
Elect them.
woo, got a little hot. So time is up. I'm just trying to see.
I mean, I got MCU questions. If Namor's in the next Black Panther, is he going to be racist? Namor is supposed to be in.
Is Namor racist?
I don't know.
So that's another thing.
I get a Heidi Klum vibe off of him.
Namor is Marvel's Aquaman.
Oh.
It's the best way to tell you that. It's what I'm saying.
He has pointy ears and short black hair.
Yeah, he got a real spot kind of vibe. Yeah.
I think I may have seen pictures.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be a big. I've heard a lot of speculation that he might be the
Submariner. That's his title.
He might be the bad guy in
Black Panther 2.
Black Panther 2, and I'm like, well, then they got to make him racist.
So
you can't swim, Black Panther.
So you talk about the earthquake happening off the coast of Africa in Endgame when Okoye was checking in with Scarlet Widow, not Scarlet, but Black Widow.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, Scarlett Johansson, Black Widow. And then, of course, that means some shit going on off the coast of Africa, in the water. It's Namor. That's how you are. Everybody's like pulling in like all these things there. So they also at some point say they thought they saw Gwen Stacy, not Gwen Stacy.
Gwen Stefani.
No, maybe Gwen Stacy. Who's Spider lady from
Gwen Stacy is Spider Gwen.
Spider Gwen. Okay, yeah. They say they saw Spider Gwen in Endgame when Peter is hugging Ned back at the high school and stuff. So
yeah, there's people looking for things that they want to look for.
But here's the thing I did see in that movie, and I saw it, and I was like, oh shit. Captain Marvel like basically gives Rhodey a little knowing look before they both blink out on that conference call, and I'm like, oh shit, because they date in the comics, and I feel like that's just that's a knowing nod toward that.
Is this gonna make me sexist to say I thought she was a lesbian?
Why?
Because of her haircut?
I don't know if that makes you...
Not because of her haircut.
I don't know if that makes you sexist, but I guess what drew you that way?
It just sounds like something a guy who gets turned down by a woman says. Only I didn't get turned down by Captain Marvel. She's a fictional character.
Oh, whatever.
I think it's because like in the movies so far, she's been kind of like, not her own movie withstanding, but her cameos in the other movies, she's been really cold.
Yeah. And that's because, as it turned out, those movies have been filmed before she filmed her own movie, and they hadn't dialed the character in that much yet. So as it turned out. But like I said, I noticed that off the rip when I saw it. I was like, oh, it's a little something toward Rhodey. Oh yeah, they date. So they have a relationship in the comic books. So.
He's charming in the movies. I can see.
Yeah, oh dude. And what's his name?
Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle is a damn good actor, bro. That's another dude who's like chops I respect, acting chops. That's another thing. These movies had these award caliber actors playing superheroes.
Yeah, shit. They even were able to switch one out for another. Imagine if it was still Terrence Howard. Like, oh, did y'all kill Thanos, baby?
Man.
Then they got Marshall Ali.
Marshall Ali is coming in to
butchered that first name.
Coming in to play Blade.
It's hard out here for an Avenger.
So I just It's wild, and it's like I'm
Whoop that alien. Whoop that alien.
I'm very excited about Disney Plus and all the shows, the Marvel shows, and the Star Wars shows in particular, because we get a new Star Wars movie. The last movie, the last movie I was super excited for was Star Wars, until I saw the preview for that new Adam Sandler movie, Uncut Gems. Bruh, that movie looks so dope.
I know you sent it, but I haven't watched it yet.
It's okay, man. It's a trailer.
Yeah, my question up to this point is like, we've got all these streaming services that I always see all these commercials for, like Hulu, Netflix, Disney, HBO, all this shit coming. Where's the Brazzers streaming app? Where's like the Pornhub
I'm
one?
pretty sure you can just get them right on your phone right now. Did they not make apps for them?
But I'm saying like Amazon Fire TV. Can I go to like the app store on there?
What if I want it on my 62-inch
Yeah,
TV?
Yeah, what if I want to just download the Bang Bus app on my Amazon Fire TV?
Yeah, I guess that's one of those. We're at that point where people are like, not quite yet, because it just becomes like.
It makes it seedy.
No, these companies have to pretend that they're just all family friendly. That's why Tumblr went out like it did, because for a hot second, Apple pulled Tumblr app off their site because Tumblr was just getting a little too raw, a little too real, and so they was like, well, we got to fix that and so forth.
Man, I can go onto Twitter on my feed right now, and if I scroll for 2 minutes, probably find just like titties out.
Just go to my bookmarks and Twitter. There's definitely some titties in there. So
Yeah.
it is what it is, bro. I don't hide that shit.
It's the internet. There's titties all over the internet.
The internet is why the internet is popular as it is because of titties.
Like, Twitter's where I go to look at the uncensored pics of the chicks that I go on Instagram. Yeah.
Exactly. So when I see them on Instagram, I usually head over to Twitter and be like, is the uncut one over here? I was very sad the other day because
I always find it amazing, too, at how, like, some of these people are just so willing to give shit away for free. Like, their free sample game is, like, a little too free. Because I'm just like, why do I got to pay for your OnlyFans now? You just put a 1-minute video on your Twitter page.
I wonder, at that point, you kind of almost like, what is going on behind the paywall, girl? If you got here putting this out there. Your one girl I saw, she put it the other day, said she got an OnlyFans. I'm like,
I don't know who my one girl is. I have so many at this point.
Midna Ash.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I found her from you.
Oh, well, there you go. See, there you go.
So sure, girl.
You sent her to me initially.
Sweet. Yeah, so I saw it yesterday or day before yesterday. She said she got OnlyFans popping.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it costs, but I'm like,
You don't need it. I got you.
oh, well. Well then.
I can send you the bookmark.
Connects happen for a reason, people.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's the plug.
Here's the thing, like back in the day, like my high school, early like my college years and stuff like that, I would go deep on Google or whatever various internet search engine I was using at the time. I know Google at one point, but I've been on Yahoo and Ask Jeeves and Metacrawler and shit. I've been on those, you know. I would go for like I could get into the teens sometimes trying to find something on the CD web. Now it's like Google's made it so that like if it's seedy, we'll bring it to the first 2 pages.
Yeah.
After that, it probably doesn't exist, or you have to go deep into the recesses of the internet where you risk getting like a virus on your phone.
On your phone? Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I don't go on my laptop.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not trying to be whatever. Apple products don't get viruses on the phones so far. They get weird little like possible hacks where like people can steal my goddamn money, so it's probably worse. But I've never heard of a virus on that one. I didn't realize your phones get viruses. I'm not trying to talk.
I mean, I don't know if they do or not. I just assumed.
Yeah. Who knows? You probably right.
I mean, it's like a fucking Windows computer. So
yeah. That's actually what it is. There's some Windows shit in there.
Yeah.
So it's actually interesting in how Android works. Another thing for another day, people. I'm not fighting the fucking phone wars all over again, because Christ, every time I see that go down the streets late, I'm just like, are we really fighting over phones?
yeah, that's how I feel every time I see an iPhone commercial. I'm like, I don't give a shit what kind of phone people have. I am kind of over the person with the iPhone liking my text though. Right, like where you...
Oh, because I like the text?
Yeah.
Once you showed me that works, I was like, oh, that's sweet. That's ducky. I'm doing that all the time.
I'm kind of over it now.
I like it. I like that it tells you I liked it.
Is that your sort of way of telling them to stop?
I would kind of, at that point, almost just be like, just don't reply.
Plus, the computer replied for me. It's dope. Like, and then it says T laughed at you or whatever, right?
Yeah.
See, I did. How you know?
But it doesn't say T laugh. It just says laughed at whatever because it doesn't fill in whatever I have you on my phone as.
Yeah. So I dig it, but also again, like I said, I fought the console wars in the 16-bit era, and a little bit into the 32-bit, 64-bit era. I don't need to refight it again for phones. I just don't. Just ain't got it in me to do
I
it.
don't have brand loyalty like that. Buy what you buy. It's your money. It's not my money.
You was a PlayStation kid. But you did have a Super Nintendo and a 64. How did you live to believe in PlayStation?
I don't know. I don't remember. I think it was bought for me.
What time did
It
we?
was a gift.
I had no fucking idea. It was definitely like 1 o'clock. We need to wrap it up.
Yeah, it's 2:18.
So,
Oh yeah.
but there you have people. You just really straight up joined us for a lunch conversation. This had no rhyme or reason.
The whole
or
premise
whatever
of the
to it.
show initially 6 years ago.
Yeah, it was just, you just sit in on us eating, and you did today. That is really what this was. So that is Lunchbox 2099. That is the real ODP.
I'm sorry, my breath smells like onions.
Can't smell it. My nose is still kind of juffed up, so we're going to let it walk with that. Our missing man is Tatum216. Show some love to my mans. I am the Internet Sailor 713. You've just been podcast student. I know you loved it. Peace.
Hey, what happened to you? You used to be